Hello there, I'm Tom from Smart Aerials. Welcome to my video showing you how to join a telephone cable. If you have cut it into a cable, fear not, this will save you. Or if you just need to make a cable a little bit longer and you don't want to call out a professional like myself, or which please do, by the way, if you're in East Sussex in England. Don't do it yourself, get me to do it. You know, you don't want to call professional out, you want to save some money. BT charge extortionate call out fees. Like near 200 quid in some instances. I'm not saying they do charge 200 quid, say someone's sort of suing me or something. So here we go, I'm going to show you two methods how to do this. So I'm going to show you the jelly crimp method, which is probably the best method to do it. You get a really good reliable connection and you can get it in you know, quite small spaces. And I'm going to show you how to do this within a junction box as well, a self-contained junction box built for this purpose. So to do this, the tools I've got here, I've just got a set of side cutters, just in case I'm going to cut a bit of jacket back or anything. I've got a jelly crimp tool. Now these look like a bit of pliers, they look like some pliers, but they're not. They've got this little bit missing here, which is pretty crucial. You can do this with pliers, but you just have to be a bit more careful. I've got a Stanley blade just for preparing the cable, revealing the inner pairs. I've got a couple of jelly crimps, so these are little things I was talking about. I've got a self-contained telephone junction box. And I've got a bit of, this is just a bit of Cat 5 cable, but it could be a 2-pair, 3-pair telephone cable. So let's begin. I'm going to start with, what should we start with? The jelly crimp method, because that's probably the best way of doing it. So I'm just going to nick a bit of this cable. So I'm just going to reveal the pairs that we, so to do this we're going to cut this back a bit with our Stanley blade. Now when you're doing this you need to be careful that you're not cutting into the inner pairs with your Stanley blade. This little bit of string here is intended to pull down, split the jacket, so you can cut it back and you've got a bit of virgin cable where you haven't made the incision up here. I'm not going to do that just because I've only got a little bit of cable, I'm going to sort of run out. And I'm going to do the same the other end as well. So obviously this is the same cable, but this is to represent a different cable, so we're going to have to pretend. Using our powers of imagination, that this is a complete separate cable. I apologise for the sweat running off my head as we speak. It's about 45 degrees here today, and I didn't want to open the windows because I'll have the traffic coming on the audio. So I hope I made the right decision there. So what we've got here. Now, so when you're joining a telephone cable, you're essentially joining one cable colour to the corresponding cable colour, usually, and the ones we usually use for telephone in the UK are the blue and orange ones. So, at most, if you're just doing this for telephone connections, which is most likely, you're probably only going to be using two. Join the blue pair. And the, well, that'll actually be 3. So we're going to be joining blue to blue, white and blue to white and blue, and orange. But if you need to do this more times with other pairs, and you can do, you just got to use more jelly crimps. So I'm just going to do that. Now, it's standard for the blue pair to be your sort of line for your telephone extension, and the orange to be the sort of ring circuit. You don't always need the orange, it depends on the system, but you know, sometimes it's good just to do it, just be on the safe side. And like so. Let's get that back on our second cable here. So we've done something similar, so you can sort of see there, 2 different bits of cable. Now, with the jelly crimp, you see on the end there, I'll try and get that close, but you're going to focus. You can't see it, but it's got a few little incisions where you can just poke a cable in, like that, and then you can get the other side. You put it all the way to the end, and holding it down with the jelly crimp tool, the special tool, because it's got a bit stiff. You literally just squeeze it down on top. I'm just going to show you how to do that. So that's that. So when you do it, you get a little bit of oil come out, like it's a bit of a gel. It's sort of a bit of a weatherproofing gel. Hopefully you can see that. You see, oh, you can just about make that out. That's just sort of make a good, you know, reliable sort of weatherproof connection. Get a bit more there. So press it right the way down. Now, if you're doing that with pliers, what you have to do instead is just to sort of gently work your way around so it all compresses flat. I have actually, when I couldn't find them, I've actually managed to do it with my hands before now. I've sort of squeezed it really hard and it's actually worked quite well. Now essentially what we do, we're just going to repeat that a few different times, so I'm not going to bother doing that because I think I've explained it well enough. So you would put a jelly crimp on those ones and a jelly crimp on those ones, and then you've essentially joined the cable. You know, so if you've got a little incision there, or you've cut it, then you've made this, you join the cable again. So that's the jelly crimp method. Actually, I'm just going to quickly show you the jelly crimp I'm using. It's not normal for this sort of situation, but these are the sort of free ways. I can actually put 3 cables in these ones. So these particular ones, although they're not as common, you can use for splitting the telephone cable as well. So if you need to sort of split it 2 different directions, you can use them, and it makes a good reliable connection. Now, the second method is the junction box method. So basically with this we use a crone tool, so an IDC punch down tool, the same sort of tool you'd use for Cat5 cabling, RJ45 sockets, and you know, certainly behind the telephone extension socket, and we just punch these down into the correct sections. So let's do that. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to prepare the cable by revealing it. I'll do the same the other end. Now here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, but you probably notice for the sharp ones among you that we've actually got 4 pairs. That's because the Cat5's got 4 pairs. A two pair telephone cable will have 2 pairs, and so a total 4 cables, and a 3 pair telephone cable, well 3 pairs. So that's designed for a 3 pair telephone cable. In that eventuality, don't worry about the other pairs. If you're doing it for a telephone extension, just connect pairs 2, 5 and 3. Or any pairs you need to connect. So don't worry if you've got spare cables. It's not like, you know, when you've built a bit of furniture and you've got all these parts left over and you think, Christ, I'm sure that does something important. And then your kid sits on it and it falls apart. We're not going to have an instance like that. Well, it might not work, but so a good way of remembering this, which way they go. So 1, 2 and 3, they're your solid colours, yeah? 4, 5 and 6, they're your white colours with the stripes. So blue and white would be, the way I remember it is blue 2, and then orange is 3, and then 1 would be green if you're using that. And then on these ones, it's white and orange is 4, white and blue is 5, white and green is 6. So pairs 1 and sections 1 and pairs, 1 pair would be 1 and 6, 2 and 5 will be another pair, and 3 and 4 will be another pair. So they sort of work their way in. So if you remember that, solid pairs on the 1, 2 and 3, and then they work the pairs in, you should be able to work this out. Or certainly just drop a comment in the section below and I'll have to explain it to you. So what we're going to do, we're going to get that into the right section. So blue 2, like I said, then with the punch down tool, we're going to just punch that down, and it actually compresses and cuts it at the same time. So if you've got any excess, it will help you make a nice neat job. Well, I haven't twisted that, I haven't quite got that in the right place. So let's get that in. So now I've got white and blue into section 5, and I'm going to get that down. And like I said, the only thing we need now, if it's for a telephone extension or telephone line, if it's for an extension, we need the ring circuit as well. If it's an incoming line, then we don't need it, or certain types of sockets, but let's just put it in. So solid orange in number 3, there. Now obviously that's just one end, yeah. So we've got to put the other, or the second cable, into the junction box as well. So we can come in either way. You'd usually come in the opposite side, and then in this box, it's got a little bit you can nibble out there. You can just sort of, hopefully you can see that. You can just nibble out, and it stops it squashing. And we can go into the other side. So we haven't got to build any bridges or anything like that. You could even patch it on top of it if you wanted to, but we can patch into the other side. So, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to patch into the other side. So let's get these cables ready. It's got 2. Let's go straight with that. Sorry about my phone, keeps going off there. And where's that one? So that's going to go into 5. There. And then orange to that one. There. Now, so that would, obviously ignoring that loop, but that would be 2 separate cables going in, like so. Then we can just put the lid back on our junction box, like that. Obviously take the nibble out of there and screw it back down, and then we've got a junction box. Now that junction box also itself has 2 screw holes there, so if you want to screw it onto a skirting board or something like that, you know, keep it in a fixed position, you can do so. As I mentioned, we've got little cable tie sections here, either end, so you want to put a cable tie in there. Stop any tension on the cable and it'll keep it nice and snug. Now that can sit happily on a skirting board or something like that. Another thing you can do is, if you don't like that method or you haven't got the chrome tool, you could just use a box like this to put your jelly crimps in. So jelly crimps, if you sort of figure out where they can fit, you can put your jelly crimps in, and you've got a jelly crimps in a box. Sort of see what I mean, which I sometimes do because I prefer jelly crimps rather than this type of connection. But that's how you can do it. So that's 2 methods there how you can join your telephone cable. I hope it helps you. I hope you like this video. Maybe I hope it saves you some money. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do leave a comment in the section below. Please do give it a like, give it a share, blah blah blah. Follow us on social media. And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. So I'm Tom Smart from Smart Aerials. Bye for now.